If Michael Jackson was the undisputed king of pop, then his baby sister Janet is its princess. When I recently sat down with her, barely 5 months after his death, I couldn't help but see so much of him in her. Shy and soft-spoken offstage, ferocious onstage. I also saw the part so few of us ever get to see, her humor. Even in mourning, she laughed. But most of all, she remembered a life together. She's part of music royalty, the youngest of the 9 Jackson children, one of the most famous musical families in the world. But when Michael Jackson is your brother, there's a lot to live up to. Long ago, Janet Jackson staked out her own claim to become a music icon with videos like Love Will Never Do. It's easy to see why Janet Jackson is the princess of pop. But this summer, America saw Janet Jackson as we've never seen her before, as a grieving sister, a bereaved aunt.
I just wanted to say, speak up, sweetheart, speak up.
After the memorial, she walled herself in silence. 2 months later, at the Video Music Awards, she staged a moving tribute to her brother. There he is, the king of pop, larger than life, and dancing with his sister one last time, together, yet apart.
My brother, was thinking about him and just hoping that I put a smile on his face.
She has fiercely guarded her private thoughts about the death of her beloved brother. But now she takes us behind these closed doors into her sanctuary from prying eyes and probing questions.
I think it's important for everyone. Your little getaway, your little safe haven, your little hole in the wall to reach out. Everybody needs that.
Here in this starkly elegant beach house in Malibu, she spoke to us for the first time about loss, love, and what remains. How's your heart? How are you?
I'm well. I'm well.
You in a good place?
Yes, I am.
Her home is filled with memories. This photo was taken at a family gathering the last time she saw her brother. That must be very special.
Very.
To have that photograph. Who were you closest to when you were growing up?
Mike. Yeah, we were incredibly close.
When was the last time you had seen him?
2 days before my birthday.
And what was that like?
Fun. Fun. We had a lot of fun laughing. And he was sitting in front of me and just cracking up, laughing at me.
What do you miss most about him?
For me, his silliness, his love, how much fun we used to have together. We would practically do everything together, from morning till night, every day.
It was a hot summer day in June when Michael was preparing for the most grueling concert tour of his career. On the morning of June 25th, Dr. Conrad Murray had just administered a cocktail of sedatives that may have stopped Michael Jackson's heart. Across the country, his sister Janet was beginning a day that at first seemed just like any other.
I was at my house in New York. You know, another day, another morning, and I get a call.
It was her assistant who told her that Michael had collapsed.
And so your brother's been taken to the hospital. It's on CNN right now.
Breaking news.
Apparently, Michael Jackson suffered cardiac arrest this afternoon. He was
I
rushed
called
to
everyone.
UCLA.
I spoke to Mother. I spoke to Tito. I spoke to my sister, Latoya. They were headed to the hospital.
And you headed to the airport?
Not at that very moment. I didn't know the severity of it. No one knew.
The hospital at the UCLA Medical Center was mobbed by reporters. Inside, the Jackson family, with Michael's children, waited for news.
I tried calling again, and that's how I found out that he was no longer. I don't know.
This is hard. My brother, the legendary king of pop, Michael Jackson, passed away on Thursday, June 25th, 2009 at 2:26 p.m.
I couldn't believe it. It just didn't ring true to me. It felt like a dream, or. I'm sorry, Robin. I know, because I keep saying the same thing. I couldn't believe. It's still to this day. It's still so difficult for me to believe. It's. You have to accept what is, but it's hard. It's.
2 weeks later, his gleaming golden casket surrounded by love and grief. What was it for you in that service that helped you, perhaps the most, in dealing with your brother's death?
There being some sort of a closure, I suppose, at that time. I haven't talked about this, Robin, with anyone. And you have to forgive me. I have this thing where I tend to smile when things kind of get a little painful. I guess that's just my protective shield.
At the end of the service, a moment seared in public memory as Michael's 11-year-old daughter, Paris, stepped forward to give one final tribute.
And I just wanted to say I love him so much.
You were trying your best to comfort her. You were Auntie Janet at that moment? When she turned to you, did you just want to scoop her up and just protect her?
All of them. Not just her. Blanket, Prince, my other nieces and nephews. It's just tragic. It's hard for everybody. It's been very hard. I think we've been doing very well. I have a very strong family.